Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Race to Reality Iracing Finals. I am brought to you by RaceCentre and proudly broadcasted by yours truly, V8's Online. I am your host, Daniel Bryant. With me tonight, Desmond. How you going, Desi?
Yeah, good, Daniel. Looking forward to this Race to Reality final. It's been a big 15 weeks of heats. We've got a great lot of drivers turned out for this one.
Yeah, definitely. This is probably one of the best fields in Australian sim racing right here out there for this final, because they all want this seat to make sure that they make the actual final down at RaceCentre so they can be in a chance to race an Aussie race car around Homebush. So it's definitely going to be an awesome race. I'm really pumped for this one. I've been waiting for this one. So it's I'm really glad to be here at Oran Park to watch this one. I might get you to quickly take us through the race preview.
Yeah, not a problem. We're here at Oran Park. We've just in the south side of Sydney, where it used to be. Track length's 2.6 kilometres with 12 turns in total. We have a 40-minute race. Clear skies with a nice little strength of field of 3,407, as you'd expect with the calibre of drivers we've got.
Yeah, definitely a very strong strength of field out there. Some of these guys are just absolutely brilliant, so it's good to see them out there and giving it a crack. We've got a special guest in the comm box with us as well, I do believe, from RaceCentre. Shane, how are you?
Hey guys, hey viewers, I'm good. Pretty pumped about tonight's race, guys, to be honest. The names in there and the times, I'm just in the practice session at the moment. It's going to be a cracking race. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it definitely is going to be a brilliant race. Definitely a lot of big names out there. Have you got a favourite for tonight?
Oh look, there's some big names in there. Obviously the guys we see every week on Monday night from the V8 League are up the front. But the good thing about this is there's a lot of other names like Blake Coppo. He's practicing quite well at the moment and up the front. So my tip would be on him or Mitch Aberhall. And even some new guys that have joined iRacing specifically for the comp. Phil Rockstra and Robbie Tomei, which everyone's been following their progress. And as you guys know, from the start to now, it's just a huge change. It's great to see.
Yeah, it definitely is. Now, while we've got, is there any other way that you can get into the finals? Obviously, this is it. You can't get through iRacing anymore. This is the very last race. Is there any other opportunities for people that are like, I really want to get a chance at getting into that Aussie race car?
Well, it's funny you mention that. With in conjunction with Speed Cafe and Dunlop, there's one slight chance to getting into iRacing, and your chance to race against Mark Winterbottom at Phillip Island. So you've got to be quick there. You've got to get on their website and register before midnight tonight, and the final winner will be drawn tomorrow. So that's exciting as well. Also in the store, if you miss out tonight, we've also got 40-lap Bathurst race next on the 26th of September coming up, so we're looking forward to that. That's another golden ticket race, and that's in both stores in Sydney and the Gold Coast.
So there's still a few more opportunities out there to make it happen. 40 laps of Bathurst sounds fairly intense, but should be a lot of fun. There's also, for those who have never been to a RaceCentre, there's a competition that we're running at the moment, thanks to the guys at RaceCentre, and it's for our live viewers that are on right now. What you have to do is go to our Facebook wall, put in the reasons of why you love V8's Online, tag as many people as you can in that post as well, because whoever has the most likes on their post on our wall by the end of this race will actually win 2 1-hour passes. So get in there, start putting some posts up, start tagging people, and start getting some likes. So awesome little competition there, thanks to RaceCentre.
Yeah, we're hoping to generate guys coming down and just saying g'day, you know, checking out the rigs and what we've got and what we've got to offer. It's a great venue, and really loving the support from iRacing fans and V8's online fans as well.
Yeah, definitely. And to all our V8's online viewers, if you haven't been to RaceCentre, maybe organise a little party or something for yourselves and head down there and give it a go. Definitely a lot of fun, and yeah, you will enjoy yourselves. So yeah, get down there and give it a go. Alright, so we're watching qualifying right now as we speak. At the moment, qualifying results as they stand, Madison down with a 1:17.318. Josh Muggleton not far off, 1:17.469. These are all going to be really close. James Stevenson in third, 1:17.732. Justin Ruggier, he's obviously he's going to be looking for a lot of pace for this one. 1:17.8. Chris Tarrant, a 1:17.887 in fifth. Mitch Abrahall, 6th, Blake Coppo 7th, Dylan Golson in 8th, Andrew Lee 9th, Stuart Vaughan in 10th, Sean Kelly 11th, Robbie Tomei 12th, Rob Hartley 13th, Phil Rockstra 14th, Michael Manley 15th, Marlon 16th, and Luke Emerton 17th. I think we're still waiting on a few people to put in a lap.
Yeah, just looking at those quality results already, it's a real testament to this RaceCentre boys. They've got a great mix of top V8 drivers, top Grand Am drivers, and drivers we usually don't see in the Australian iRacing community. So it's a great little mix, and the times are very tight. So
yeah, definitely. Some of these guys are definitely some of the better drivers that we see every week through our broadcast. We're looking at, you know, Madison down, Josh Muggleton, you know, teammates obviously for all the iRacing races, but you notice them mostly on the Taps.com cast for our V8's Online series on Monday nights, and they will be sworn enemies for this race. So it'll be awesome to see those two out there battling hard. Not that they don't do that on a Monday night. James Stevenson currently sitting in third, definitely a bit of the underdog, I think, in that group, in the top, sitting out of the, looking at those top 5 at the moment. A guy that I'm always looking out for and I've got a lot of faith in would be Andrew Lee. I think he could be a quiet achiever in this one.
yeah, Andrew's obviously got some pace. He actually won his seat at this racetrack. I think it was round 11 or 12, so he's definitely got some pace. But I think my eye is on my old team boss, or my team boss, Chris Tarrant. He's thrown the helmet on and jumped behind the wheel for the first time in a while.
Yeah, definitely. It's good to see Chris out there. He definitely has pace. He doesn't practice as much as he would like to, or as he wants to. But yeah, he's definitely someone who's got a lot of pace, even when they don't seem to be trying. And so yeah, it's good to see him out there. So we actually had a wildcard entry for tonight as well, and that went to Blake Coppo. And telling you, he's going to be a pretty big wildcard, currently sitting in third overall in qualifying, but he's definitely a strong racer, so it's going to be good to see him up there with Josh and Madison and Justin battling it out.
Yeah, definitely. Those Tats boys, I don't think they've raced too much with Blake, so he's definitely got the skill to be able to latch onto the back, and when those guys try and get at it, Blake will be there, and He's a pretty hard racer that won't let anyone by him that easily. So Madison and Josh are going to have to be careful of him.
Yeah, definitely. There's going to be a few guys in here, I reckon, that they're going to be battling really quite hard because they know how much this means. There's a lot of guys up and down this field that, you know, we sim race because, you know, we can't afford to actually race real cars. And there's a lot of guys in here that would have the talent to be very, very fast in a real car, and they want the opportunity to show what they can do. So yeah, they're definitely going to be going for broke, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. And they're up against the likes of a couple of real-life races. We know that Justin Ruggier has actually spent some time in a Aussie race car, so he knows what he's in store for, but he's got to beat all the rest of these blokes that want that seat.
Yeah, definitely. And they're not going to make it easy for him to get back behind the wheel of one again.
We're getting down into the final few minutes, about 5 minutes left to go in the session. Got Dylan Goulson just jumped up to 4th with a 17.7. Great lap there. Continuing on for a second run.
Now it's going to be interesting. We're looking at all these guys. There's actually a compulsory pit stop tonight as well. So I wonder how many of these guys have actually practiced their pit stop and thought about pit strategy in this whole mix of this final. Because a lot of these guys that have come out of the other heat haven't had to worry about pit stop. So this is a first. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to jump on board with Muggo, and he'll take us for a lap around Oran Park.
Yeah, talking about practicing pit entries, it looks like Josh Mucklin's given that a go after getting nice and close to that wall on the final turn there.
Yeah, nice and close. I think there's a bit of hyper simulator paint sitting on that wall. But yeah, obviously that lap was ruined, so may as well practice that tight entry as we saw. It's got a little bit of a chicane to get into it, and I mean these Mazdas are small, but it's still tight.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting watching cars trying to scream into there as quick as they can. I actually I did the Race to Reality heat for Oran Park. That was quite interesting. I think the MX-5's awesome to do laps around here, but when you're racing with John O'Barry, it's not fun for anyone because it's a good opportunity that you're going to get taken out.
I wasn't going to bring that up. But while we're on board with Muggo, Justin Ruggie has jumped up with a 17.5, so he's only a 10th off Muggleton, but Downs put down an even better pole time with a 17.2, so these boys behind Down have got a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, definitely do have a bit of work in place. Talking about MX-5s and Justin's done a few races in an MX-5, so he should be feeling fairly comfortable once he gets used to the track.
Yeah, he's got a drive there. I think the last time he tried to drive one at Bathurst a few months ago, it had some mechanical gremlins and didn't actually take the race. So, but he was looking good for definitely one of the top 2 cars there, so he knows how to steer these little things around.
Got to say though, Madison's probably definitely a favourite for Oran Park, one of his favourite tracks. He loves this place and he's probably done the most laps out of anyone, I would say, around this track, whether it be in the Iracing version or the R-Factor laser scan version. But yeah, he's done plenty of laps and it's going to be interesting to see how far he could actually go if he does take this Iracing one.
We just get some footage there of Chris Tarrant just pushing hard over the bridge and through the infield section. Have a look at another one of our V8's regulars, Sean Kelly. A little bit off the pace compared to where we would like him to be, obviously, but only a second off up there, so probably doesn't get as much time behind the seat in the sim as the rest of the boys, but doing a great job out there.
Yeah, definitely. Still, you know, that's really quite competitive when you look at the 18 that's out there now. Like, I think Luke Emerton's the slowest on a 1:21.435, but from 17th to 1st, you know, it's 1:17.29 for Madison and Terry Nightingale Jr. at the end there at 1:18.771. So that's really quite competitive, the times between those boys.
Yeah, second and a half, the whole field. We've only got 10 seconds to go, so this is Sean's last effort.
Madison down, going to just about to finish his last lap.
Fortunately, Sean's had to end it. He lost it coming out of the bridge, so see what Madison can do. Very close to the wall.
Yeah, he's made it a little bit faster, but I do believe that his teammate, Josh Muggleton's on his last hot lap now as we speak, just going past the bridge now.
Terry Nightingale's just jumped up to 9th with an 18.1.
Terry Nightingale, a guy that we shouldn't be surprised with putting in some solid results. He's had a bit of time behind real race cars and definitely tries to sim race as much as he can when he can. So fantastic result there to pull it up into 9th for the final qualifying.
Josh Muggleton. He's the last one on the lap, as usual. 1:17.5. Couldn't pull it out.
Justin decides to practice the pit stop. Here we go. Blake Coppo now as he comes into this final corner. It's amazing how easily that final corner can make or break your lap.
Oh.
So, yeah, he's going to practice his pit stop as well.
Yes, a few of these drivers might be listening in to our commentary and they've realised that there's a pit stop here. We'll have a look at these qualifying results. Got on the front row, Madison down, taking pole with a 1 minute 17.257, and his teammate Josh Muggleton sitting in there in second. Third row is Justin Ruggier and Blake Coppo. Third row is Dylan Goulson. Great job by him and James Stevenson to jump up there. Fourth row of the grid is Chris Tarrant and Mitchell Abril. Fifth row of the grid is Terry Nightingale Jr. and Andrew Lee. Go across the page. Got in 11th, Robbie Tomei, Stuart Vaughan in 12th, Phil Roxroth, a great regular to the series, in 13th, Rob Hartley in 14th, Sean Kelly in 15th, Michael Manley, Martin McMullen, Luke Emerton, and disregard that last name on the list there, viewers.
Is that Desi dead last?
As it should be. Already got drivers spreading up for this 40-minute event.
Alright guys, before we go to this race, make sure you head over to our Facebook page, right on our timeline. Why You Love V8s Online, tag as many friends as you can in it, because you've got a chance to win a pass for you and a mate for a 1 hour trip to RaceCentre. So get on there, type away, put a little plug in there, mention your favourite commentator or director. People might like Sebastian, I don't know. And yeah, just get it over there, get it done, and yeah, try and win some passes.
Res rise. We got green, and they're away.
And we're off.
Got
Josh
and Justin.
Yeah, it looks like Josh has got a really good start here.
They're all jostling. We got Chris waving across them. Oh, Josh with a big
really
wiggle
nice
in one.
And tight. Oh, look. The dirt there. We've got a car. Further back there's Phil Rockstra. Looks like who else
Phil
is
and
up
Rob.
back there?
Rob Hartley. Oh, and they're getting together, come back on.
So other guys keeping it nice and close.
Oh, and Down's just gotten past Muggo again.
Yeah.
Regains that lead.
Doing golf, sitting there nice with Justin there, following Blake Coppo, James Stevenson, Chris Tarrant and Andrew Lee. Nice little line there.
Oh, Muggo with a great run through the flip-flop.
Definitely looking quite pacey.
One lap down already.
Mitch Avril has already decided to pit. Marlon McMullen in the pits. Now, I'm not sure who worked out these fuel numbers, but what would be the earliest lap that you would think they'd be able to come into pit?
That may be a question to our series sponsor. They might know a little bit more about this setup here.
Yeah, I've been testing it all day, working out, crunching the numbers. The earliest we may see them is lap 14, 15 perhaps. It's quite not a tight window, but it's a decent window, knowing that we're going to get a few laps at the start before anyone has to pit, so should be good.
So these guys in early obviously aren't going to make it to the end, they're going to need to pit again.
Marlon had a 6.3 second stop there. Emerton with a 21.3 second stop, so already had some people drop out already. We got
Robbie Tomei.
oh,
Sean Kelly just just taps the car and it sends him off spinning. We'll pull up our race recall replay to have a look at this little incident here between Sean Kelly .
yeah. Manly in the 04 there, just great drive, and Kelly tried to turn in. Not much room through turn one, really.
No.
We got Luke Emerton back in the pits. As I was saying before, we've had a couple of drivers already exit the race.
Yeah.
Mitchell Avril, Terry Nightingale, they both quit the gone to the garage, and Chris Tarrant's had had internet issues, so he's dropped out, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunate to see a few names there that could have really been strong contenders. Terry Nightingale, Chris Tarrant, both of them could have been up there and won this one. So a bit sad to see them sidelined, but still got a strong field out there.
Back up front.
As these two teammates still battle it out. Robbie Tomei still in the pits. Definitely, Muggleton hasn't let Madison really run away.
This is a great view. You can just see how much Josh is just throwing that car over the curbs and
looks like James Stevenson's might have had a little bit of an off. Just see if we can pull that up on a replay for you.
yeah, just going a little bit wide there.
Actually, it looks like Blake Coppo into turn 1 there in lap 4 has actually gone a little bit wide, and he's managed to collect Robbie Tomei.
Yeah, and he's dropped back down to 7th now. Andrew Lee's jumped up to 6th, so we see Rob Hartley in the pits as well.
Talking to Andrew Lee earlier in the day about his chances when it comes to Race to Reality, and he said if I win this will be the biggest fluke, and he's already starting to move through the field, so you never know, he might fluke it yet.
And he's on similar pace with James at the moment, so still very early. We'll let the pace settle and just see where these drivers end up.
Oh, Josh Muggleton there, just a little bit wide and used a bit too much dirt, I think.
Yeah, but in iRacing, this is a hosted session, so dropping your car off the track isn't really an issue at the moment. These drivers aren't going to worry about those 1Xs.
No, definitely not. All it's going to do is scrub a little bit of speed, so I've got to say, Oran Park's probably definitely one of the more forgiving tracks when it comes to cut track penalties as well, so might as well make the most of it.
Tell you what though, Ruggier isn't letting Muggo get away. He was actually 2/10 quicker that last lap.
I think he's starting to find his comfort zone here with this car and track, and he's definitely going to sit there with them. He's obviously sitting there behind Josh Muggleton and Madison, studying what they're doing and seeing how quick they're taking certain corners and adjusting his speed to match theirs. Definitely smart driving. Dylan Goulson as well, fantastic drive from him, sitting in 4th at the moment, really not giving too much time away, so it's going to get mega competitive, I'd say, once we start hitting these pit stops and they start bunching up again.
Just check the gains and losses after 8 minutes of the race gone by. Everyone's sort of holding station up the front, but the biggest movers with Michael Manley and Marlon McMullen making use of some other people's unfortunates. They've jumped up 7 and 6 spots, where we've got the biggest losers of Chris Tarrant, Mitchell Abril and Terry Nightingale all losing 9 due to their forfeits and internet issues.
Michael Manley looks like he's got a bit of speed here on next to
got the front three all within a second of each other. Again, we see this common theme, these three with a blanket over each other. Oh, Margot real deep with the brakes. Big thanks to the guys that have started to post on our Facebook page. Scott Griffiths and John O'Barry. Thanks, boys. Hopefully you get some likes and you can get those free 1 hour RaceCentre certificates.
Now these top three look like they've broken away a little bit from Dylan, but definitely not much between Madison, Josh Muggleton and Justin.
Yeah, unfortunately Dylan not quite able to hold the pace of the front three. He's losing about 0.2 of a second a lap.
A little bit of a battle further back in the field for 6th position. Blake Coppo right on the back of Andrew Lee.
Oh, here we go, making the move into 1.
Oh, Andrew Lee's got a bit too hard. He's not going to be able to pull that up. Oh, he's in the fence.
Oh,
unfortunate way to
big moment.
end your race. Very easy to do and very, very hard to pull up once you hit that sand.
And we go to the race recall replay, and you can just see that Lee just knows that the move's there. He just goes way too deep into brakes. He doesn't brake until after 1, and it's just going to wash you wide straight into that gravel. And I'm sorry, there's just no grip there.
No, it's definitely a scary corner. It doesn't matter how fast or slow your car is. Once your tyres kind of hit that dirt and you can't slow the car down, that's it. That's just going to suck you in. You're going to hit that wall. So very rare the moment that you do not actually hit that wall after an incident there. But again, that's probably a good example of how easy it is to make a mistake coming into turn 1 there and hit the wall. So, you know, this could go any way, yeah.
Just had Phil Rockstraw in the pits, the 10.7 seconds pit stop, so he's actually come out in behind the guys that are already pitted, but not too sure if he'll be able to make it by now. We'll just have to wait and see.
I think that the biggest thing for these guys up the front is who's going to roll the dice first and hit the pits. And tyres is another one. Although it's a compulsory pit stop and they need to pit for fuel, they don't necessarily have to pit for tyres. I wonder if anyone's been timing the difference between their tyre strategies and their fuel strategies. It's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Back up the front though, it looks like Justin Ruggie has had a bit of a slow lap this one, and although as I say that, we've got Muggo into the lane. Josh Muggleton into the lane.
That would probably be one of the earliest pit stops you're going to make. Obviously, he's the one that's going to roll the dice and see how this plays out. And we should have a quick look at Muggleton and see how long this pit stop's going to last for and if he's going to take tyres. Yeah, these guys have to be very, very careful with this car because unlike their V8s or their GT cars, there is no pit lane speed limiter. So they've got to control it with the throttle. So very easy to get pit lane speeding infringement here. So
yeah, we could see on that graphic there, Josh just grabbing the brake every now and again through that pit stop. So
definitely, and it makes it a lot harder to maintain your speed across this pits as well. So
Muggleton's out with a 25.2 second stop, so I think he's taken tyres and fuel there.
All 4 tyres. Probably a smart move. Get fresh tyres, start hitting some really strong laps now while he waits to see what the other 2 are doing. Looking at Madison and Justin now. Madison's looking out quite wide there. Nope, staying out. Justin's in
Justin's
though.
in.
Justin's decided to bring it in.
But Madison put down another quick time, an 18.6, so
It's going to be...
Madison's able to hold that mid-18 second lap. So
Right. Yeah, what do you reckon?
And Justin's off.
Justin's
14.3, so fuel only for Justin, I'd say. Muggleton's only just crossing the line now, so Ruggier with more than half a straight's length gain on Muggleton.
Definitely a bold move, deciding not to take any tyres at all. Obviously he's got good faith in the way that his car's handling. His lap times have been fairly consistent, so it could be quite a smart move. So Madison has decided to come into the pits as well. Have a look at him and decide, see where if he decides to take tyres or not. Looks like a few other guys are following. Looks like Blake Coppo's in. James Stevenson as well.
Madison's handed the lead over to Dylan Goulson. So he leads his first lap.
It's not very often you can say you've beaten Madison down, even if only it's for a lap or two.
Madison's with the quick pit stop there, 11.1.
Fast. I wonder if he's obviously fuel only in that little Mazda as well.
James Stevenson and Blake Coppo have done 16 and 14 second pit stop respectively, so
obviously there might have been some talk about Justin's pit stop over in the TTR garage, and Madison's decided to roll the dice.
Definitely, and Blake Coppo has been able to jump in front of Josh Muggleton, with James Stevenson right behind Josh's rear end. This will be on.
Yeah, definitely. Josh Muggleton's going to want to make his move quite fast if he's going to make full advantage out of these fresh tyres. If he gets stuck behind Blake Coppo for too long, it's going to hurt him. Stuart Vaughan's just hit the pits.
We just ride with Muggleton now. Oh, Blake wide. It's gonna hurt him through the flip-flop, but hard to make a pass there. Muggo's gonna dive.
Muggo's gonna go on the inside. Nice move there.
Job done.
It's a great run, but it looks like Blake Coppo might have enough speed to have a shot back.
I think Josh has done enough there.
Oh, Blake Coppo, nice and close. So Dylan Goulson, I'd be expecting that he'd be coming in on this lap. Yep,
yes.
Dylan Goulson in.
So hopefully he's been watching and his team knows how much he needs to put in. The only one left to stop now is Michael Manley, so after he pits, the field will be cleansed.
Madison's definitely got a good jump though on Justin.
Dylan Gilson's pit stop 12.9, so definitely on it, and he has got 7-second lead over Muggleton. So I think taking tyres for Muggleton has actually hurt his chance for a win here. Definitely.
I'm actually having a quick look at the moment at lap times for the last few laps that these guys have done, and it looks like between Josh Muggleton, Justin, and Madison, Josh Muggleton was the only one in the 18s on his last lap. So never know, it could be coming back because Madison is now running in the low 119. So definitely starting to lose a lot of that pace that he had. Out as now 119.335, so these tyres are really starting to wear down.
Justin with a 19.1, so poses another 2/10, but he is just on 5 seconds behind Madison.
I'm going to say, as these tyres start going off, that first corner is going to be really quite scary. Muggo's definitely the fast one to look out for at the moment. He could still make his way back through this field. He's just got to make a few positions to get there. He's got Dylan Goulson and Michael Manley in front of him.
Yeah, but unfortunately 3/10 and 1/10 on the last 2 laps isn't going to be enough. He is 14.7 seconds behind Madison with some really good drivers in Dylan Gilson and Justin Rugger in front of him. Remember that Michael Manley's got a pit, as he has Dylan Gilson look at him through the flip-flop.
Time inside there, gets it done.
Yeah, great move there by Dylan. So Michael's going to continue on for another lap.
Justin, again. Just a little bit faster than Madison. Not much in it. So Michael Manley being the only one left to pit.
Obviously up
through the gains and losses there.
Yeah, Michael Manley obviously up 12 spots, but still yet to pit. Marlon McMullen, the biggest mover, 9 spots up, just keeping out of trouble, and he's pitted early. Still don't know if he's got a pit yet. So, and Josh Muggleton, probably the biggest loser of the people still in the race, lost 3 positions, sitting in 5th. So, it's like that battle between Blake Coppo running it really hard into the corners, using every bit of the track and then some. Actually lost out a bit to Josh Muggleton, so Muggo able to leap a little bit forward there on those fresher tyres.
Justin still just a little bit faster there, but not enough. He really needs to find a bit more pace if he's going to get back onto the tail there of Madison. Alright, it looks like we have a new leader for the RaceCentre competition to win those 2 1-hour passes. Daniel Gray has taken the lead with 6 likes on his post. So if you want a chance to win these 2 passes for you and one of your mates, get onto our Facebook page, onto our timeline, type in Why You Love Vets online, tag as many friends as you can and get them to like it so that you can get some passes to go and check out RaceCentre. Make it happen.
We got 15 minutes left to go. Madison down. He's actually leading by 4.5 seconds. To Justin Ruggier sitting in second.
I think Justin's probably just noticed that timer. He's taken a bit of a chunk there out of Madison's lead.
Yeah, Ruggier dropped it down into the 18.7s as Down could only manage an 18.9. So, getting tight.
Although if you were playing this smart like Madison normally does, he might be pushing the car as hard as what he can and trying to save some tyres just in case Justin does get up to him.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Madison Down this isn't his first rodeo. He'll be definitely managing that gap. You're looking at about probably 11 to 12 laps left to go, and he's got 4.5 second lead.
Well, the guys have done quite well. No one got a pit lane speed penalty, and they all had to control the throttle themselves. So obviously a little bit of practice went into doing these pit stops. So it's good to see out there.
We've still got one guy left to pit, Michael Manley.
Oh, he could be our one guy that gets the penalty.
No, he's continuing around in fourth. Still.
Obviously, he's going to run that thing until it's empty.
Dylan Goulson doing a great job there in third. He's really matching the times with the front guys, an 18.8 for the last lap. Fortunately, he's 3 seconds off Justin, so...
All that time that Justin made up in his last lap, Madison's taken it back.
Does have a 6 second gap on Josh, the guy he would be battling behind him once Michael pits, the field is cleansed.
Michael Manley still putting along.
Continues on again.
Madison taking a big chunk of time there from Justin. 1:18.865 for Madison compared to a 1:19.257 there for Justin. Justin might have completely done these tyres. Goes to show when it comes to racing, it's not always how fast you are, it's how well you make your decisions. It's all about IQ when it comes to this kind of racing, especially when it comes to pit stops and seeing what everyone else is doing. Madison, a very, very smart racer. Not only is he fast, he can think fast on his feet when it comes to making decisions. So he's definitely played the right cards for this one, I do believe.
Don't forget, guys, you can find us any of our races. We do let you know when it's happening. If you just go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/V8online. You can find all of our replays at our website, www.v8online.com.au, I believe is right, Daniel?
That's right.
We've got Manley in the pits. The field will now be cleansed. Let's see where he pops out. I tell you what, Josh Muggleton was banking that one. He was coming up right behind Michael, having to start thinking about putting on the move, and is gifted that position there, so his eyes are forward to Dylan Goulson. Got 5.5 seconds to catch. Blake Coppo just pushing everything, and
Whoa,
Muggo. These guys using every bit of the track available.
That's it. This isn't for a championship. This is for a seat in the final when it comes to winning this Aussie racing car drive around Homebush, thanks to the guys at RaceCentre. So these guys are going to be pushing hard. They don't care about banking points. They just want that first position. Madison down, doing a fantastic job. It looks like Marlon McMahon has hit the pits again. I'm pretty sure he was a very early pit stopper. I think he come in like lap 2. So obviously not enough fuel to get his little Mazda home. So I'm going to put a bit more in and just get it back out there.
We've just clocked under the 10 minutes to go. We might just check in with our race sponsor from RaceCentre. Dane, what do you reckon about your race here, mate?
Mate, it's been pretty good. There's been a couple of unfortunate early exits, but I'm glued, that's for sure. We're all glued here.
Good to know, mate.
It's been a pretty good series all over the last 15 weeks or so, and I'd like to just quickly take the opportunity to thank the guys at V8 Online for covering it. It's been an awesome event, and really happy that you guys have been on board with us. Really appreciate it. And also the guys at iRace for Fun as well.
It's great that we can bring this sort of racing to our community, so thanks for putting it on.
Yeah, definitely. A massive thanks to RaceCentre for putting this all together and giving the opportunity for a sim racer to really get a chance at driving a real car, because that's what it's all about. And yeah, we're just happy at V8 Online to be a part of this. So yeah, fantastic series, and yeah, definitely got the best sim racers in Australia out there giving it a go. Blake Coppo is pushing the hell out of this little car to get back there at Muggo.
Both these drivers are. I think just Blake's pushing it in the right sections, and he knows which bits of grass he can use for traction, that's for sure. He's actually closed up second to half a second by the last 2 laps, so late in the race, Blake with some pace. We'll jump on board with Blake and see if he can't capture some of this great driving that he's doing. Just oversteering in the rear there under brakes. Great work to hold onto it. Closes up another 2 seconds there in the braking zone. 2/10, sorry. We've got Rob Hartley in the pits again. Another early pitter. Watch these two through here. It's just crabbing the edge of the track. There again, Blake kicking up the dirt. Another 10th. Thank you very much. Look at him close up under brakes there. Great work. Look, he's got good drive out of the last corner. We'll have Josh looking in his rear view going, what is he doing?
I've got to say, I'm looking at Blake's lap times now, just out of interest. And you can see that there's been a few laps where he's had incidents with running 123s. But other than that, he's been running consistently mid 118. So if he didn't have those incidents, he could be right up there with Madison now, taking it to him.
Yeah, 4/10's quicker than Josh then, so these two don't usually get to race against each other. Blake's come from the Grand Am in the McLaren, and Josh Muggleton, as we know, the V8 supercar heavyweight.
Yeah, Josh Muggleton, definitely the contender for the V8 championship for this season. Blake Cobbo would, I think, would love to get that car around him. I don't think he's going to worry about winning this one. He just wants to kind of take it to him.
Yet again, Muggleton pushing the limits. Yeah, Josh coming off a very controversial win from Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve last week in the V8s.
Yeah, definitely. Monday night V8 supercars over at Canada there caused a bit of a controversy, which it's not the first time that it's happened, so it's always interesting, but made for some good racing.
Yeah, but it won't be the last. Blake scraping along pit exit.
Blake Coppo
It's one way to slow a car down.
This has almost turned into the Grand Am versus V8 supercar battle. This is brilliant.
The best thing about this, it's not even for a podium place. Such the quality of racing we've got at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of brings back Race of Champions memory, where it doesn't matter which category you pull them out of, they're all competitive. So it's great to see. Robbie Tomei back in pit lane, an early pit stopper. Obviously not enough fuel to bring that one home, so just chucking a bit more fuel in it to get it across the line. Down laps him.
We're under 4 minutes to go now, and Madison Down out to a 5.7 second lead.
Yeah, Justin struggling with his lap times here, it looks like. He's kind of going back and forward, not overly consistent. So I think that's where it's hurting him. He might be pushing a bit too hard, and then as the tyres are coming back, he's pushing it again and losing that time. So obviously really struggling to get back to Madison.
Yeah, but he's only lost half a second really to Madison, and really the top three are just holding stations. Dylan Goulson in third is still 3.3 seconds behind Justin, so he just matches Justin every lap.
Yeah,
great
Dylan
driving
Goulson,
by him.
Yeah, fantastic job to come in and be this competitive, and a podium here is a great job considering a few of the guys that are sitting behind him.
Muggo with a moment. Gee, very close to a cut track there. Great battle here.
Big shout out there to all our new fans and viewers that are on there watching V8s online for the first time. Thanks for tuning into Race to Reality. And if you really enjoy this, make sure you tune in tomorrow night for Grand Am, which is going to be absolutely brilliant. And of course, Monday night, we've got our V8s Online series. And then back to Wednesday nights where we've got our trucks. So thanks for everyone for tuning in. Head over to our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/V8s Online, to keep up to date with everything that's going on as well.
James Stevenson, he's had a great controlled race so far. He's had a little bit of contact early on, but started 6th and he's held 6th throughout the race. He's only 25 seconds off the lead, so that's great racing by him. Oh, Blake.
Whoa!
Massive moment.
I just flicked to them on my screen then and just saw dirt.
He had that thing sideways to the track. It was wonderful car control.
Is it?
We're looking at the final lap for Madison Down as we're under a minute to go. He's only just gone through turn 2, so I believe we're going to stay with our leader for the rest of the lap. Again, dominating performance here by Madison Down.
Yeah, definitely one of those guys that is extremely competitive and can be fast in nearly anything he puts his hands on. So definitely well deserved. We probably shouldn't say too much because he actually hasn't got across the line yet, and we've seen Madison before slip it in the last corner and end up in a wall.
Yeah,
Not to put that out there, Madison, if you put it into a wall right now, I'm very sorry.
been a while since he's done that. Rounds the last corner. Brings this Mazda through to the checkered flag for the golden ticket into the final for RaceCentre's Race to Reality.
Yeah, fantastic job there by Madison. Well deserved for that golden ticket there into the final. The final is played out on R Factor, which Madison is quite familiar with. He's done a fair few years on R Factor, and should bring back a bit of memories for him as well. So he should be extremely competitive, and hopefully he does well in that final and does the iRacing community proud.
See the rest of the lead lap cars filing through. Phil Roxroth and Michael Manley. They've got a bit of contact. Phil Manley spun. I think that was from Phil having a cut track through the flip-flop, and Michael's just drilled him.
Phil looks like he's putting that one home.
Oh, he's actually out of fuel. Michael's helped him get home.
Mullen. Definitely, obviously they're not planning on getting back in these Mazdas again.
Marlon credited with ninth. He's our race winner, Madison Down, celebrating as a champion does. Don't leave anything left on those rear tyres.
There wouldn't be much on those after doing 40 minutes on the same set.
Go to the race results. Obviously, Madison Down, commanding win there, led all but two laps there. Justin Ruggier in second, Dylan Goulson in third, Josh Muggleton slipping to fourth with that long pit stop. Blake Coppo only right behind Josh, fifth. James Stevenson in sixth, Stuart Vaughan in seventh, Phil Roxroth in eighth, Michael Manley in ninth, with Marlon McMullen with their pirouetting act across the finish line, and Robert Hartley and Robert Tomei 1 lap down each, and then the non-finishers of Andrew Lee, Luke Hamilton, Sean Kelly, Chris Tarrant, Mitchell Avril, Terry Nightingale, and obviously myself.
Damn no-shows. Looks like might be a little bit before we can get Madison in here to congratulate him, because he's too busy out there doing burnouts in his little Mazda. Alright guys, there's still time to get in on this competition as the broadcast has not finished. So get on there, make sure you jump on our Facebook page, post on your timeline why you love V8s Online, tag as many people as you can, because the person with the most likes at the end of this broadcast will get 2 1-hour certificates for you and a mate to go to RaceCentre. So jump onto our broadcast and our Facebook page and get posting.
Guys, I just wanted to congratulate all the drivers for a fantastic race. It's been really good to run, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Madison, true pro out the front, and well done to the top 3, Ruggier and especially Dylan Golson. Well done, and all the drivers, great race. On behalf of RaceCentre, just wanted to again congratulate Madison on winning the golden ticket for the Race to Reality final. It's being a major proud sponsor, we're really happy that you guys have supported the event and really appreciate all the support and all the kind words that you guys have thrown our way. We really appreciate it.
Oh. Talking about the person who has won the golden ticket, Madison Down. Fantastic job there, mate.
Thanks, Daniel. That was pretty tough race at the start there. Obviously, bloody ecstatic with the result. I mean, certainly wasn't expecting anything going into the race, and they're some of the best sim races in Australia. So you can't ever go into a race like that expecting to win it. But really, really happy that we came away with the win there, and super bad luck to Muggo too. That was going to be a lot closer at the line if he didn't have that pit penalty. But thanks to RaceCentre and Shane for organising the competition. It's been great, and hopefully I can go one step further.
So this was a pit penalty that plagued you, Mr. Muggleton. We thought you decided to take all 4 tyres.
No, mate, I got a bullshit speeding in pit lane penalty. The speed ticked over to 52 for a B-stick of a second, and it cost me 15 seconds, and then I finished within 15 seconds at the finish, so pretty ticked off at the moment.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I thought it was a bit weird that you took tyres. I was like, is he taking tyres? And we just assumed that's what happened. So that's really quite unfortunate because you were quite racy there at the end. It looks like you had a good little battle there with Mr. Coppo.
Yeah. Shame because I was going flat out to the end, and I know Madison was fuel saving, so would have been a lot different if I didn't get that penalty, I think. But he did extremely well, so well done to him.
Well, actually, you still have. You can, if you want to get yourself a little bit of redemption and get something out of it. There is a competition running at the moment where you can go onto our Facebook page and put a post on there why you love V8s online. And remember, it's not our fault that you got that penalty. And tag as many people, and the person with the most amount of likes by the end will get 2 1-hour sessions to RaceCentre. So if you want to try and get something out of this, jump on there and enter that comp. Talk about the man that come in second, Justin Ruggier. How was that, mate?
Hey guys. I was saying to Dad before, I was pretty pleased to finish second actually. Coming in tonight, I modified my shifter, trying to make it work, and my left foot breaker, mate, I'm not a right foot breaker, so I had to get used to all that pretty quickly. And I was having a great race with Josh and Madison there, and had a bit of pressure from behind. Unfortunately, Josh in the pit stop there, but I knew I couldn't sort of match Madison there, but unfortunate. But like I said, I'm happy, and thanks to RaceCentre for putting it on.
Yeah, it was a good run out there, Justin, and obviously when you go up against someone like Madison, you know that you have to work hard to get that win. Just a little bit short on this one, but there's still opportunities out there to get into the final, so definitely worth it.
Yeah, like you said, when you look at the caliber of the guys that are driving, you look at the I ratings and the actual statistics. You got a couple of these guys in the top 10 of iRacing and the whole world sort of thing. So, you know what I mean? It's not an easy task beating these guys, and like I said, with a limited amount of laps and with this kind of car, I'm pretty pleased otherwise.
Yeah. Definitely a fantastic drive, mate. So congratulations. We'll have a bit of a chat to Blake Coppo. You were going guns blazing there after Muggleton.
Good evening, everyone. It was an interesting race. Congrats to Madison, supreme driving, and Justin and Dylan as well. It was very good. But I can't say I'm really happy with my performance. I think I spent just as much time off the track as on it, and that was interesting.
Oh, I commented on you during the broadcast. A quick look across it. and noticed that your lap times were quite competitive. The only ones where they weren't competitive are the ones where you had those little mistakes and just ran it a bit wide, and it slowed you down a bit. But if you didn't make those little errors, your lap times were very, very competitive. I think you were running between mid 18s to high 18s on nearly every lap.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. In this quality of field, these sort of guys that you're racing against, the tiniest error, and you put yourself out of the contest. And when you make 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or 15 tiny errors and a couple of big ones, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how competitive your lap times are.
Yeah, unfortunate that you didn't get it, but yeah, fantastic racing to watch. So thanks for turning up. Who else have we got out here? James Stevenson. Great little drive there from you, mate.
Yeah, just happy to make the finish. I really struggled to get into the setup because it's very different to what I normally drive on this car. So I was struggling with the brakes, struggling with the tyres going off all race. But I thought I could have got ahead of Josh and Blake there at the pit stop, but for whatever reason my pit stop was slow as, and they both jumped me in the pit stop, and then I had a bit of contact with Blake, which broke my car, and they just drove away from me after that.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate, and one of those things, fixed setups. Sometimes some people love the fixed setup, some people just don't really seem to get it because it doesn't suit their style. And obviously for you, as you've just said, that was what happened to you. So a little bit unfortunate, but yeah, you still did a fantastic racing out there. So good to have you out there. Another person we should talk to would be Phil Rockstra. Good racing out there, mate. Except for the end there, it looks like you ran out of fuel.
No Phil with us at the moment. Sorry, guys. We might go to Stuart Vaughan in 7th, mate. How did you find all that racing?
I was pretty inconsistent in that one. Yeah, I really was not comfortable with the car at all throughout the entire race, really. Constantly dropping lap times and see the guys in front of me pulling away, but considering who was in front of me, I wasn't too surprised with that effort. I was stuck in between James and Phil for the last sort of half of the race after the pit stops, and yeah, not much action happened there. Just stayed there until the end.
All right, it looks like we've also got Phil back on the line. Phil, it looks like you ran out of fuel at the end there, mate. Well, what happened?
Yeah, ran out right on the line. It died.
Not a good way to end a race, but I suppose you made it across the line. Definitely a fantastic drive from you, and I think we've seen you out there for nearly every single heat for Race to Reality. So it was definitely good to see you in the final. This is your first go at iRacing.
Yeah, I signed up for iRacing for the Race to Reality. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
So obviously, being a new driver coming on, you've been quite competitive with some of our top drivers. Are we going to continually see you out there? You think you'll join another series?
That's the plan at this stage. Yeah, I was quite confident with the Legend, and obviously spent a lot of time getting up to pace to finally win a round in round 9. Yeah, didn't quite have the pace with the MX-5, so I went for a different strategy and tried to stay out of trouble, but I blew that on the first lap. But I've been talking a lot to Rob Tomei, and I said that I'd be happy with a top 10 a couple of days ago, and I managed that, so I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic drive. Unfortunate that you ran out of fuel. Hopefully, we'll see you in one of our other broadcasts in the near future. And I think we've managed to catch up with everyone. Actually, no, we haven't. Robbie Tomei. How was that, Robbie?
Yeah, no, mate, it wasn't too bad. Yeah, quite enjoyed it. Felt a little robbed there on lap 3 or 4 it was there, getting caught up with Blake. But yeah, no, it was very fun. I've been in every race in the series, and now look, I came into this particularly after round 1.
You know, seeing Madison take that one out, and I think I was about a lap or two behind. I think after getting rolled around on the first corner there, you know, and then realised that I had a lot of work to do to try and get into some kind of remote competitive time, and just over the time of the series, you know, just practice, and you know, I found myself running within 1 second to 2 second a lap, you know. So coming into this last round, I was absolutely rapt to be at the front there for those couple of laps. But yeah, mate, no, I love it. I'd love to see this series run again next year for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It would definitely be something that would be interesting if it come back up again next year. But yeah, I think we've managed to catch up with everyone. So I think that's about time to wrap it up. What do you say, Des?
Yeah, it's been a great series. Thanks to Shane and everyone there at RaceCentre for putting it on.
Yeah, Oh, I know. We've just been told we've missed someone. Rob Hartley.
Oh, we haven't missed my teammate, have we?
Oh no, I'm
damn
sorry,
shame.
Rob. Des did this one. Rob, how was that, mate?
Yeah, kind of fun for the first turn. I got turned around by but I won't say who it was. You might have seen it. Yeah, I got turned around early on, so it was all just clear space in front of me, and then the car wouldn't refuel. But anyway, everyone else had fun, so that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I'm fortunate for you, Rob. You're definitely looking quite competitive, and you were very competitive in your heat that got you into this final. So that's quite disappointing. We'll talk to Des about missing you. We're going to blame it on him. But yeah, I think we can wrap this one up. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in for Race to Reality over the last 16 races, and thanks for everyone for turning up for the final. It's been fantastic. Congratulations to Madison Down for taking that one out and getting the golden ticket to the actual final at RaceCentre.
Yeah, just to announce the winner of the social media competition on V8 Online. It looks like David Gray's won the competition, so congratulations to you. You get 2 1-hour sessions to bring yourself and a mate and spend an hour with us at RaceCentre. So either Sydney or Gold Coast, whichever's closest. And yeah, guys, congratulations and thanks for answering.
Yes, thanks Shane there from RaceCentre. Looking forward to the final of the finals there on R Factor. I believe that's on the 18th of next month. Am I right there, Shane?
Yeah, mate. The grand final's on October the 18th. So if you guys want to come down and support your iRacers who have made it into the final, then come on down. It's going to be on Friday night. The format's still being finalised at the moment, but it should be a cracking race. Both 8 drivers in Sydney and 8 drivers in the Gold Coast. So we're really looking forward to that now.
Yes, wonderful work tonight there by Madison, grabbing that ticket to that. I think that'll be it from us. Daniel?
I think that's it. Let's wrap this up. Thanks everyone for joining us for the night. Congratulations to Madison Down. Make sure you join us tomorrow night for Grand Am and then Monday night for V8 Supercar Madness. Thanks to our director, Sebastian. We'll see you guys all soon.